What's up, everybody? Aggie back, ProSource Athletics YouTube channel. Just got back from 32 straight days on the road scouting, amateur events, and some professional scouting as well, some minor league teams. And one of the things that has become clear to me is the importance of investing in continuing education. Do this in all fields, all walks of life, but the importance of it in baseball is critical, especially when you're a coach or a leader of an organization and hiring people. So it's long been said that if you have 10,000 hours of training in a given field, that you are an expert. So many people would consider me an expert in baseball. I mean that in no way, shape, or form egotistically. It's just fact. I've played the game since I was 6 years old. I played professionally for 7 years. I started an organization that I've been running for 14 years and scout for the Red Sox. I've had many different facets in the game as a player, as a coach, as a pitching specific trainer, and then as a Major League Baseball scout, both on the amateur and professional sides, watching those games. So, does that mean I just stop? Does that mean I just say, well, I've got it all figured out? No way. I mean, that is absolutely the worst mistake that I can make. So, I think that this is happening a lot in the amateur side of things. You're having people who are being considered experts because they played at a certain level, but they're not continuing the education into as they get older and as the game is changing. And the game is changing. That's one of the things that's clear. So we see guys back in the day when I was a pitcher that we would read their swings. We would see a guy if he had a certain stance, high hands, low hands, upright stance, athletic stance, whatever the case may be, and you would pitch to them a certain way. And now with the advent of more analytics combined with better training, now you're looking at pitching a different way. You're talking about pitch shaping for pitchers. Guys that have long been four-seam curveball guys are now saying, okay, well, what if we add a cutter for this guy? Or what if we add a slider here? Or could that change the dynamics of this pitcher and also his success rates at a given level? The problem with that is that's happening at the major league level, minor league level, and probably college a little bit, seeing that to some extent, but it's not happening at the amateur level. You're just taking guys who played the game for a little while and maybe even at a big school or something like that, or maybe even got a little bit of pro ball in, and then you say, okay, now you're ready to coach X, Y, or Z level just because you played at a certain level. No, you're not. Okay, so this is where continuing education comes in. There is a very important aspect of the game that's happening right now at the amateur level, which is managing parents, managing expectations of the players, of the environment, those sort of things, and also training yourself, managing yourself in your continuing education. So just want to touch briefly on this today about the importance of it, understanding that the game of baseball has changed, just like other organizations have changed, whether it's a business, whether it's a family dynamic, whatever the case is, that there's going to be changes in life and you have to be prepared for them. So take pride in continuing education, whether that is in my life, in baseball. I like to look at things like, hey, I deal with a lot of Latino American players. So fortunately, I had some background in Spanish and knew that very well for quite a while. And then over the years, I've lost a little bit of it. So I'm re-engaging in my Spanish and trying to take that to a whole nother level. Whether it's something that I was very unfamiliar with 2 years ago, which is analytics, and starting to watch and listen and learn from those type of things. And so in my own life, these are the things that I'm doing to continue my education and continuing to try to be an expert in the field that I am in. In your own life, as a baseball player and as a coach, I think it's really, really important to take the time to, maybe you don't understand pitching well, get with someone who understands it, gets with someone who can teach it and look at different aspects, because you might train a 10-year-old in a certain exercise or mechanical drill a certain way versus the way that you would train a 17 or 18-year-old. That's important to know the difference. That only comes with expertise and continuing training. Same thing with hitting, same thing with fielding, on and on and on. So we can't just watch YouTube and say, that's how I'm going to do it. There's so many different filters and expectations and things that you're going to have to know and learn to continue to be the expert in your field. So this is just a encouragement. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep focusing on the game. Enjoy the game. Love the game. But continue to work on yourself to be an expert, to add value. As always, subscribing to value, adding value in your own life so that you can then teach that to the younger generation coming up, whether that's a player, whether that's a young coach that you're trying to train, whatever the case may be. But as always, appreciate your time, appreciate your effort, appreciate you watching, and subscribe to value.